everyone, and welcome to the Explosive Golf Show. My name is Michael Jacobs, head professional of the Michael Jacobs Explosive Golf School. And the topic of today's show is going to be a good solid take back. How you can get your swing off to the right start. I've got plenty of props here with me. I think you're going to enjoy this show. So at this time, I'd like to get right into improving your take back. If you went out and played golf and you went to a driving range, you would see everybody looks differently swinging. If you watch golf on TV, everybody's got all different looking backswings and things of that nature. So what I'm going to do for you here is just give you some generalizations on what a lot of really good players are doing on their take back, so you could, incorporate it to your game if you'd like to. A lot of poorer players, amateur golfers, try to make the club very light when they take it back. What I mean by that is their attention is so much into this club head and into hitting a ball that they take the club back by making it very light as they lift the club up on the way back, and it ends up leaving their body in some awkward positions, as I'm sure you've seen while you're playing golf. I'm going to suggest to you that it's much better to feel a heavier club head on the take back. So I've added a little weight to my club here on the club head. Might not be a bad thing to do, or you can add a towel. And what I'm going to suggest for you on the take back is to really feel like the club head is the final thing to move on the take back. So everything is going to take back first, and the last thing to move is going to be that club head. So what would be the sequence of events? Well, I think it's real important and real helpful for you to really feel like the first move is going to be where you step on your right foot, where you're actually going to feel a little lateral movement in your pelvis. Right now when I'm starting off, I'm in neither hip socket. I'm kind of hip neutral. And on that backswing, I think it would be real helpful for you to really feel like you move into that right hip socket as you step on your right foot. And I'm going to be doing that before my club head ever moves. So I'm going to feel like it's going to be stepping on that right foot. I'm going to feel a movement in my back, thighs, and stomach, chest. And then I'm going to feel a movement in my arms and handle of the club while that club head drags back. It's going to kind of be like if I had a rope hanging. I'm going to really feel a strong move where the handle of the rope would go first. So I'm going to suggest for you to really start incorporating a good, strong body move on the take back where you're training yourself to have that club head be the final thing to move. Now, there's a couple other things we need to pay attention to on this take back, so let's get into that now. We have a couple other things we need to monitor. We need to monitor the club shaft and the club face, so to speak. So let's get into the shaft first, and then we'll talk about the face. As I'm making that strong move on my takeaway, really important for you to feel like the shaft of your club is moving straight back. Not the club head, but actually the shaft. So as I'm making this backswing, if I took the span of my hand, I'm going to take my right thumb and put it into my belly button, and my right pinky is going to be on the butt of the club. And as I'm making the strong body move on the way back, the shaft of my club is going to look like, to me, it's working straight back, and you'll notice that that club head will move slightly inward as it goes back. This golf club is laying on a plane, which I'm sure you've all seen out there, all different ways that golf pros have tried to describe that. But it's real helpful to make sure as that club works its way back that the shaft of the club is moving fairly straightish back. As it goes back, that club head will move slightly inward as I'm making that strong body move on the way back. So not only pay attention to the strong body move with the club head being the final thing to take back, also you want to monitor the shaft, and now let's get into monitoring how you can monitor the club face. As I expand on this topic for you, I have a rake, a little prop here for today's show. I have a rake, and we're going to pay attention to the teeth of the rake edges. That is just a sand trap rake. And as I work on this take back, and I'm making that strong body move, it is very important to be monitoring the trajectory of those hands and the club face also. I am making a strong body move, but it's real important to always be monitoring what your hands and what that sweet spot is doing. So on that initial take back, I want you to pay real attention to when you're stepping on that back foot and you're getting that sensation that that club head is the final thing to move, is I want you to pay attention to the club face. Here I'm going to pay attention to the rake, the blades on the rake here, and I'm going to really make sure that those blades of rake stay just as they are. So right now they're pointing at the ball, and as I make my take back, I'm going to feel like they stay pointing at the ball. Some golfers out there would make a move of the club head first, and when they make that club light, that club face loses its alignment and loses its uniformity relative to the ball immediately. So what I like golfers to do as a generalization is to not only monitor moving that body first and making a strong body move, but also pay attention to the club face and make sure that the rake blades or the lines on your club, the score lines, the grooves, remain uniform looking at the ball as you take that club back. Is a real general way to start back and put all that pressure into that right foot and into your body as that rake head is the last thing to move. I hope that'll help your little take back. I'd like to continue on this topic, so please ask some questions and we can help you out making sure that you continue to improve your take back. Hope those little ideas will help you. This is Michael Jacobs from the Michael Jacobs Explosive Golf School. Hope you enjoyed today's show.